a delightful tea room, a cosy cottage, an impressive house, and a bungalow with a beautiful garden. 4 very different properties in the southwest, but they all have one thing in common. They've all been flooded.
What happens is, if the stream, which is just opposite the cottage here, floods, then it comes down the road. There's an open area further up the road, and it comes down the road, and this is the lowest point. So it all comes flooding in round here in the cottage, and it's got nowhere to go. There's no drain back into the stream because there's a wall along beside it.
Okay, well, we were flooded in January 2018 from the adjacent watercourse. So the water, unfortunately, came in the front gateway and the front door.
So the property is bounded by 2 bridges, one at the top end of the property, which is a footbridge, but at the bottom of the property there is a flat arch bridge with the road going over it. Now, originally, going back to the 1600s, there would have been a ford there, but somewhere along the line the flat arch bridge was built. So under flood conditions there is a real difficulty with the flood water getting under the flat arch bridge, so the water then backs up, and that eventually goes round the side of the property and out onto the main road. It was the speed of the event, I think, that overcame us. So we'd got up quite early in the morning, about 6 o'clock, and we were both going out to work, and by about 6:30 we'd moved one car away from the house, and by the time I'd walked back from the centre of the village to the house, we couldn't actually get into the garage because the water had already started inundating it. So we lost a motorhome and a small C1.
And, like the other properties, Jane's bungalow doesn't look like it would flood.
No, a lot of people say that. It's because we're in a bowl. We've got land around us that's slope, farmers' fields, so all the water comes off the fields, and we're the lowest part of the estate. And although various other places flood, we flood here, yes.
Her garden was flooded by 5 feet of water, and she was out of her home for 6 months. But the other thing these homeowners have in common, they've all used PFR grants to protect their property with new flood defences.
Before PFR, I just had flood boards with polythene and sandbags, which were extremely cumbersome and difficult to put in place. But with PFR, they brought these aluminium boards that just easily slot into a frame and bolt in. It takes me about 5 or 10 minutes to do it. It's so easy that if the weather forecast says there's going to be heavy rain, I just put these in and I can sleep well at night, and in the morning I can take them all out again. It doesn't take any time at all. They're really good.
Ultimately, we opted for 3 timber floodgates. So we protected the outside boundary of our property because we're in a bit of a walled garden scenario. So that first line of defence seemed to be the obvious one to go for, and we went for some, as I say, some timber flood resilience gates and a few other minor bits and pieces, some drain non-return valves.
This is a flood guard which just clips on the frame to stop the water going in through the air bricks. And you just, in fact, you can leave them up for 2 weeks before it even affects any of the dampness inside. I've got a gate for the front door, a gate for the back door, and we had the back guard up at the back door, and usually our garden floods first before the back garden floods first before the front, and we had our gates up and it came right up to the back door and it stopped the water coming in.
From our point of view, we've now got much greater peace of mind because we've got a large flood barrier across the front of the garage, so when we go away we put the flood guard up, and we're absolutely confident we're not going to lose any more vehicles.
And all 4 say that PFR, as well as helping them to protect their property, has given them something very special.
Reassurance overall, peace of mind, and the comfort of knowing I can sleep at night and come down in the morning my feet will still be dry.
For me, it's been peace of mind to know that I can go away for a weekend, for example, and not worry unduly about it raining and the property flooding again.
We've now got much greater peace of mind.
It's a peace of mind. I mean, when we have heavy rain, I put them up and, you know, I can go to sleep without and actually not worry about being flooded again.
So it's quite simple. PFR means peace of mind.